Hey guys, welcome to the High Council Studios, and we have a special guest on for today's video. This is none other than the Lego CPA, one of my great friends, and a upcoming Lego superstar. He's killing it
I'm
these
trying.
days.
Desperately trying. May not have much sleep, but
You're
whew.
you're doing it. You're so close. How close are you to 1,000 subs?
So I'm at 911, I think, right? Or 912. So I need what, 88 more and then a
Yeah,
couple
it's a
of
little
watch
better.
hours.
It's a little better.
So the watch hours are killer, but
Yeah,
yeah.
because what is it? A million watch hours? I mean, a million
Oh,
watch minutes.
4,000 hours, whatever that is.
4,000 hours times 60. Okay. Or
So
yeah, that's still a lot.
240,000 minutes. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
long time. Okay, well, guys, guess what we are going to be showing off? We are showing off the Lego Star Wars Yavin 4 Rebel base, and I am going to flip over here so you guys can take a look at what we are looking at. So this is from the A New Hope scene towards the end of the movie when the Rebel Alliance is going to attack the Death Star. They are preparing, loading up all their troops. This is what our box looks like. Really cool box. This is the
Pretty.
same size of box, lo and behold, that the new Republic gunship's in,
Oh,
which is
wow.
wild. I think it's
That's
the exact same size. It might be a tad thicker, but if you look at this, this is probably like 2 inches thick. I can't see it being any thicker than like three max for the new
wow.
one for that gunship. So
Is it
it's
the
it's
same
pretty
size as
crazy.
the ATTE?
I honestly think it's a smaller box.
Really?
I
Wow.
do, yeah,
That's
I really
fascinating.
do. This is the back side. You get to see the back side of the set, which is cool. Full open interior there. See the scene. It's a fun scene to recreate, but it's a little difficult to get the minis in there like that.
Looks like it.
Yeah. So this is a really cool set in my mind because they've been talking about making it for so long.
Hmm. Yes.
We've been talking about it ever since the very first Lego Visual Dictionary, and I have that sitting right in front of me to compare what we could have gotten. But in the meantime, these are going to be our minifigs. We have a lot today.
How do you feel about the minifigs? Do you think it makes it worth it?
I I personally do, but I don't know. I don't think that some people will.
Hmm.
What I know is that rebels aren't really popular in
Yeah.
Lego form.
Yep.
I really don't know why that is. You would think that you would want to have, combatants and everything. So here's one of the pilots. This is the primary pilot, I believe. Here's the next pilot. And they're pretty cool. I like
Yeah. The
their
helmet
head.
printing looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the helmet printing is cool. The helmets are really like one of them's more like angular looking. This one is
Hmm.
just because of um all the different art on it. It's not really like centered, I guess. So it gives it kind of a
Uh,
different look even than this white one, which I enjoy. Their prints are cool. Here's a good guy, Han Solo, with his medallion, and they've been giving us extra lightsabers in like every single set that has lightsabers. I'm all here for it.
hey, it's a nice piece.
Yeah.
I'll
Here's
take duplicates.
here's Princess Leia. It's cool because got some back printing on her dress. Just a brick, a
Hmm.
classic brick dresses that they do these days.
Is that the same
What
hair as the Padme from the the pod
the pod
racer?
racer? I It's not the exact same. So they did do a
Okay,
redesign. So the
that's good.
main thing you can see that's different about it, it has a lot more volume.
Okay.
You can see there on the face. There's a lot more volume. The old piece was very like flat. There's just more or less just, a flat piece going all the way down there. You didn't have like the bun. The bun's really
Hmm.
like pronounced in this, which is cool.
But yeah, I mean, it looks really accurate. It just kind of looks
I
similar, but
just
yeah, oh, it looks
right.
good.
I don't know if it's the same. I think it's a different haircut than what she has in the X-Wing, right? I think she has a short. No,
Correct.
it
Yeah,
might be the
she's
same.
got the buns. No, she's got the
She has the
buns.
double buns. Okay,
Yep, the
nice.
Cinnabons.
Yeah, we got our same old Chewbacca. Nothing to sniff at there.
He
But
needs an
they actually
upgrade.
give. I know they. What I do like is they give you an extra medal, but you can't actually put it on him because
No.
the metal fits. They fit perfectly underneath the head stud, like where it connects.
Yeah, show us. Do you have the extra metal on hand?
I don't, but I
Okay.
can. Han likes to
Yeah,
take his head off.
let's get a because I've never seen this piece before. I've never held it, so I'm curious to see is it kind of that thicker rubber? Is it straight up
It's
plastic? Is it
it's
flexible?
plastic. It's plastic.
Oh, it's stiff. Oh wow.
It's a little. It has a little bit of flex to it, but not much at all. So it has just a little bit, but I feel like that's you wearing down the plastic more so than you actually flexing it correctly.
Yeah.
And and see, it's fit perfectly like a minifig head.
Yeah.
So it's cool because it doesn't, the head isn't elevated like it is in a lot of other sets on, accessories.
I do like that. Oh, it looks
My
great. The metal
favorite,
looks fantastic. And they give you three total in this set.
they do, which is really
That's
nice.
that's surprising. I'm a little
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah. Here's our good boy
Pleasantly.
Luke. It's got the classic Han Solo looking pants.
Is that a new
And
print or a new fig or is that
yeah, so he's brand new. So if
nice?
you want to compare him to that one
The
right there,
OG.
he
Nice.
is way different. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that hair.
I love that
What?
hair, dude. That flat
Oh,
hair.
the flat mop. It's my favorite. Our good guy, General Don Donna, is there. Same minifig you get. I gave him the other medal because somebody else has to win one. And then we have two rebels, an engineer, mechanic type, and then our watchtower rebel with this big pointy spear. I like that they're doing a lot of these Star Wars sets with like silver weapons. So like Leia has a silver
I did
gun,
notice that her gun was silver. Normally those are black. So that's an interesting
but not
adjustment.
always. So I want to say the rebels maybe in the Tantive might have had silver weapons, or
Ah,
there was another set though that they introduced like silver weapons. Maybe even it was like another set with Leia. Um, but anyway, here we got our new astromech, silver one, silver boy.
no back printing. Nope. Is that the
Nope,
same astromech from the Y-Wing UCS?
I don't believe so.
I've got one right
I,
over here. Give me a sec.
I also don't know though because I don't have that set. And then the next thing we have, pretty basic R2, you would think.
So here, show me
However,
if it's, let me know if it's the same, if it'll focus.
uh, it actually might be. Wait a second. No.
Yours has that blue. Yours has that
Yeah,
blue.
he's got blue and his chest is completely different almost. Yours is like chrome. That's kind of cool.
I mean, I guess it is a UCS, so I would hope it would be a little better.
Yeah, even though
Granted, the
this
price
is
point is
the
only like,
same
yeah,
price.
$30 away,
I'm
$20
like
away.
this. I'm like this would have been more expensive than my land speeder, my UCS land
Whew.
speeder, because nobody wanted that set.
I'm waiting for that one to go on sale for like 120,
120, nice.
and then I'll
Here's my
consider it.
favorite. This is awesome. This C3PO has a misprint, and you can't see it very
Oh
well,
yeah.
but his eyes are off center, so he looks like he's up to no good. So I give him a grenade.
Sounds about right.
Next thing, we got the Y-wing. Very cool. It's super small. You can see that in my hand. My hand is almost the same size as it. A
See, I
couple
don't
inches.
I don't like that. I think it looks too 4 plusy. But how do you feel about it in hand?
It's you would think so, but they use enough elements in this that it does feel more so like a small playset spaceship versus a 4 Plus place it. It feels
Okay.
like the Darth Vader TIE fighter that we get in like the Death Star, the Darth Vader castle.
Yeah.
It
Which
feels the same as that, which it's not great, but this is actually better. This is a lot better than that. Like these, you can see all the detail in the just the engines alone.
it's
For
just
a small set.
the proportions are just barely too small. I would have for $70, how many pieces are in the set? Or for 170, how many pieces?
I think it's a thousand. That's not a lot. 1,066.
Ooh,
Order
give me like
66.
give me like 100 or 200 more pieces and just beef up that Y wing a little bit. Make it a little longer.
That's what that's the biggest thing I don't understand about this set. Like you look at this set and you're like, all right, it's really cool. It's expensive, but why was this not a Master Builder series at a little bit more of a higher price point?
Like even if it was just 200,
Yeah, even if it was just 200.
like you're already
And then
$30 away.
yeah, you add $30 and the next thing you know, you have what is essentially a $50 X-Wing. This is probably a $20 X-Wing. I'm looking at it.
If that, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guess
Um,
a legitimate Y wing would have been what, like $40?
Back in the day, the 2007 Y-Wing was 40. There
Yeah.
was the there was the Vader and Y-Wing battle. That was a $50 set, but that also came out in like 2003.
Yeah.
So it's 20 years ago.
Because that was the Rogue One. I mean, it wasn't a Rogue One Y Wing, but it was the Rogue One box art with
For
the Shadow
that
Trooper.
one, no, it wasn't that one because it was before Rogue One came out. So there was one that came out with Rogue One that was it was a little smaller of a set than the 2007 edition, but the
Mm.
2007 edition is the first time that they did like a lone Y-wing and is pretty huge, honestly, especially compared to like I mean, I would say it was close to the same scale as like the larger X-wing playset that they did, a couple of years back.
Yeah. Because I got the Resistance Y Wing from episode 9, and I
Yeah,
really like that Y Wing. It is a
it looks
great
really
Y Wing.
nice. And both of
That's
them do, dude. The
what was the
orange one and
price?
the
Let me find the
I
price
think
on
they
that
were like
one.
$70, right?
There's no way I paid $70 for that. But I mean, I'm sure it was on sale.
Well, yeah, it was either 60 or 70, but I know it was over 50, and that's what kind of
Let's
like
see.
that kind of like
Deterred a lot
irked
of
me.
people. Yeah.
I was like, come on, guys, we just gotta, next swing with Yoda and a hut for 50.
Rogue One Y Wing was 60. Resistance Y Wing was 70. But I'm telling you, there's no way on this green earth that I would have paid $70 for that. Just because I'm
Well,
not a
that's what
huge
it
Y
is.
Wing fan to begin
Yeah,
with, and just the fact that it's a episode 9, and I mean $70, like my
that's a lot of
expectation
money.
for a $70
Yeah,
set is yeah, but let me grab it.
yeah. When you're thinking $70 set, me personally, I'm like, cool. Those aren't really the sets that excite me, and they never were. Like,
Like
okay, yeah, that's a decent size.
this thing is spicy. I'm telling you, like I stand by this. I remember when I was building
Yeah,
it,
it's good
I
size.
wasn't expecting this kind of size, but whew, let's see if I can even fit all the people in, close it up properly.
Because it probably fits two, right? You got a gunner spot and a
No, it's an auto gunner,
oh,
so it
gotcha.
only fits one person in the cockpit,
Yeah.
and you can't even. It's got Poe with his little satchel, but you have to take the satchel off.
Oh,
That's a
oh yeah, they
shame.
gave you a different Poe, like from the beginning of the movie. I think, right? Was it the beginning of the movie
I think so,
when he finds the guy that knows where Luke is?
dude. I've seen that movie once, and I don't remember.
I've probably seen it twice.
All right, let's see if I can close it real quick to get a proper look. And one
Yeah.
of the main other reasons I bought it was because of this guy. I really like this. I mean, it's a first order dude, but it looks cool. It's got the little
Oh
cape
yeah,
as well. Usually we don't get
that's
white
cool.
capes too much. So I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I
honestly
want a
though,
white cape.
I think the only like close to white cape that we've ever gotten. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what maybe like a Bill Organa or a Leia, like from that Tantive.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. I think
it wouldn't have been Bale. It would have been Leia because they only had one Bale, and then There's also the General Grievous cape that's kind of
Oh, it's
like
like a
it.
light gray.
Yeah, it's like a mix between gray and white, I want to say. I mean, no, it is just light gray with just stripes going through it. And the back side's cool though because it's like red, so it actually looks good on like a lot of Jedi too. But anyway, back to the build. Oh, I can figure out how to do this. Um, yeah. So here's what we
So
get for stickers. Not applied as always. I don't always apply mine. Usually don't. So we got one here that goes on like a wall essentially. These are going to be for the planning screens that you look over the Death Star like attack vectors or whatever, space vectors. They go on the blue, the clear blue, basically windows that you're looking at your computer screens. There's the table that you stand around and some more like computer parts. And so I like the minifigure selection. What I wish they would have done would have been, even though it doesn't like fit, maybe give you a stormtrooper just so that you don't have just rebels
it's
because
true. Yeah,
like
there's not
you
really any
stormtrooper set.
tension. There's no tension in this set. It's more just a dilly dally set as opposed to an
Yeah, like a
interaction
battle.
set.
Hmm. And so I probably would have done that if I could have made a choice. It was expensive. Let me get the guys out of the way. One thing I do like about it is the tower, and then on this other side, the um, what would this be? Tower. So the tower is like a modular piece, so you can actually pull it out from some studs here, and disconnect it, and you can
Put
put
it
it on the other,
anywhere.
and you can put it on the other side. And it's the same thing with this other side. This other side has space for. Oh, that's right. Oh, I was like trying to figure out what it was that was stuck on the side because it's so small. It's just this little grass piece. So you can put those on either side, rearrange it, and put honestly whatever you wanted in there. So that's pretty cool for kids. I know I would be excited about that.
Hmm.
They got a lot of grass. What I like though, they got these new brick elements. Have you seen these?
I think I have. I thought,
Yeah,
is it just a new color,
I'm sure it's a new color,
not a new piece?
but
I feel like I've seen the
but
piece before.
but I also just haven't seen this piece very much because you don't get a lot of sets like this. Here's another like example.
Yeah, I like that.
And yeah, so these are really cool. I'm not used to seeing these in a Star Wars set. It's cool to get them.
Yeah.
They actually even put stud shooters as like
Oh, nice.
turrets,
Yeah.
and they actually look really cool because you could essentially stick like minifigs behind them and make them look like they're shooting them. Um, the walls bend as you want to display it. Flip her over here, and you have a couple different rooms. So they built these rooms in an interesting way. So they're kind of, open, kind of an open look to it.
You're tilted. Your camera's tilted.
Uh,
If you want to make sure you're vertical
okay,
or horizontal. There you go.
sweet, fixed it. But yeah, so these rooms are like exposed like this.
Slap a minifig in there. I want to see what the scale is.
It's a little small in my
And
mind.
then put one in that level on the inside of that glass room. But yeah, put those down over there. How's the ease of getting your hands in there where Dodana is?
It ain't great. This is doable, and this build is situated so you only need to access like the front of it.
Yeah,
So
I
you,
see
so you don't
that.
have issues here. Where you have issues is like getting figures in and just anything out from underneath here. And then on the other side, it's not much better.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, this is where they have the
that's
temple
where
ceremony.
that's where all 10
Which,
figs have to go.
yeah, exactly. That's what's funny. I was like, the temple scene happens on a different level, and you actually can't fit everybody up.
Ironic.
And then you have one of the mission rooms
Yeah, I like that.
where the pilots are looking over what would be a sticker. right here.
With the thermal detonators sitting
Yeah.
on one of the chairs.
Yeah, 3PO's up to his old ways. He kind of left it. They got
He's
they
sick
got
of those
calf
life forms.
dye meat bags, and they have the coffee or calf, as they like to call it in Star Wars. Here, got some space for weapons, grenades, weapon on that side here, and this side also will fold. That's cool. Another nice thing about it is also modular like that.
Hmm.
So this is set up to
That's helpful.
remove fairly easy. This is actually just a removable, like it's not actually
Ah,
sitting on really anything.
yeah, I like that.
I do. I actually like that a ton when they do, when they can make it work and make it seamless. And then that'll actually let you, you know, play with that
Work
a
in
little
there
better.
more. Yeah.
But even still,
Yeah.
it
What
makes it
about
a
so
little
if you
easier.
pick it up from that middle piece, the bottom middle, is it staying together?
Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. I think you
I like
could
that.
I think you could fairly easily pick it up. The only issue is this is only connected by, like
Yeah,
probably
like
two
you're not gonna pick it
studs,
up with that top piece. No way.
not on the top piece. And even if you pick it up from the bottom, you just got to kind of watch it. But I do enjoy this set. Let me see if I can find us the pictures, but let me hear your thoughts on it. What is your overall
So
impression?
my overall impression, which I don't think is new, it's too expensive and it's too simplistic. It
Yep.
what's the rating, the age rating on the side of the box? It's 6 plus or 8 plus? It better be
No,
six plus. Eight
we're looking
plus.
at an eight.
I mean, I think this is like 6 plus, borderline 4 plus. The only reason it's not 4 plus is because of the size. Even though I've heard the build is fairly quick,
Here,
but
check this out. Manuals, manual,
yeah, it has what,
manual.
four manuals,
It has six manuals.
six. I mean, which I guess makes sense. Like you can get the whole family involved as far as the kids, so everyone can really lend a hand to this one. So I get that. But for me, I was never a huge fan of Yavin 4 anyways.
Yep.
So there's a little draw in that respect. If it was a Master Builder series with a slew of really prime time figs, then I'd be a lot more interested. But it's kind of lacking that premium, especially for pushing $200 with the other sets that are out there that I can get for 170. Like at this point, the ATTE being 112, obvious obvious
Yeah.
choice. We've got the
And
Ghost
that
is
comes with
out now.
six minifigs or five for the AT. I think it's five, right?
I have it. No, it's over there. It's at
You
least
get,
5 or 6. If you count the droids, I think it has a couple droids,
oh, it
but
does. That's right.
I think
Yeah.
so. It's under some crap, but yeah, it's just the price point. When you're comparing it to the Ghost at this point, you're comparing it to the Republic gun, the Coruscant Guard gunship, and what else? The ATTE, which are all cheaper. I think.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all cheaper. At least $10
Cheaper.
to $40 cheaper. Those
Yep.
just blow this out of the water. Of course, there are those OT fans that are going to love this one, but I think it's just too expensive. I don't know. Honestly, I think the way it works is Lego says, all right, we need a Yavin 4, and the price point is going to be $180. So go make it. And the designers just, they run with it. And this is what they came up with. A little disappointing for me.
Yeah, dude, I heard the same kind of sentiment on like some kind of a YouTube video like yesterday where they, they're talking about, and that's how they were designing sets is, build the price point and then build the set.
Yeah.
And that can work, but like, man, not
You got to make it
always.
worth it.
But if you want to see how this compares to what we could have gotten, and you're disappointed with this, oh man.
So the meeting says 3 minutes remaining. I don't know if that's going to cut us off or if you just put it for like a 30-minute meeting. So fair
That's
warning.
all good. We'll get
We
her
might get
done.
cut off.
This is what you're looking at for the actual old, like the mock that they were going to give us of this. This is what they showed at the first
Yeah.
time. They had a little bit of a larger award ceremony.
I like that.
I do too, but Boy,
I,
is this a weird looking set.
I would have rather had that cleaned up than what we got.
I think I agree with you because you could essentially widen that
Mhm.
base plate of the hanger out, make it the same as the temple, and then you can build like a shell over that, and then you probably have a $200 Master Builder Series set.
For that one that you're seeing in front of us,
Well, I think if they were to do that, if they were to,
yeah,
because
it would need to be a
what I would
little
be
more
thinking
spicy.
is they would have to build like a top layer above the rebel guards where they're standing, so they're actually inside,
Yeah.
and
But so in
then
my mind, the way that thing works is you cut off that front piece is a smaller scale than the rest of the set. So they're kind of like drawing an invisible line
oh, I
behind the
got you.
rebels. And then
Yeah,
this is like slightly minifigure scale. Then everything in front of that is just the facade
yeah,
where it's not quite mini, which I mean, I can suspend disbelief and get on board with that.
and it works. They've done that with other sets. I mean, just like a
Darth Vader's castle.
yeah, Darth Vader's castle is a good one. Another good like example of how that worked well is the UCS Millennium Falcon. I love how they took they built you an interior. It was way smaller than it actually would be for a minifigure scale. However, they added those stickers that showed like a big
The
gaping hallway,
corridor. Yeah. To
and
give
the
you some
stickers,
perspective. Yeah.
yeah, that like build technique that they used combined with the sticker worked really, really well.
Yeah.
That was one
So
of my favorite parts about
what are
that.
your thoughts on this set? Is it worth 170? Did you get pay 170 for it?
There's a trick question because you already know this. I did not pay 170 for this. And oh
Was
man,
it worth
it's
what you
tough.
paid?
It's tough to swallow at 170. You get you get a lot of minifigs. You get like 11 or 12 or whatever it is minifigs. A lot of them are brand new. Most of them have front and back heads, back printing on the torsos. Some of them have like, leg printing. Most of them probably have leg printing. So you get a lot there, and 3PO has arm printing too.
Yeah.
Um,
Those
and R2 is
medals.
the back. R2 has the back printing. I apologize for the technical difficulties, and we lost the Lego CPA. However, he did ask me a valuable question. Did should I have bought it at the full retail price of $170? Is this set worth $170? And the second part to his question is pretty similar. Did you pay $170 for it? What did you pay, and what were you happy with paying? So, it's our group of minifigs, the build. Most of the reason why you're buying this set is for the minifigs. The minifigs are very cool. I like them a lot. Rebels aren't popular with Lego because people don't really like them very much. They're kind of even more faceless than stormtroopers, which is funny. They're just generic, I guess. They're kind of like clones, but even less personality. And that makes Rebels a hard sell for kids, I think. They're more fun for some of the younger generation or some of the older generation, excuse me, in my mind, because they replicate the Battlefront games that we grew up with from the original movie. The came out at the same time as Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So that's the issue here. You're paying $170 for a 1,066 pieces and yeah, around, is this four, six, like 10 or 11 minifigs? So do I think this is worth it? I don't think so at 170. It's hard to justify. I do think that if it doesn't sell well, then it will be worth it. So that's always the tough part. You don't know when something's gonna sell so poorly that it actually appreciates heavily after retirement. But I would try to see if we can snag this thing at a deal. I paid 115 for it at a local face buy and sell, and I would recommend you check those out in your local town, city. you'd be surprised what people just, realize they need money and decide to sell their Lego set if they just got their kid, or who knows? Who knows? So you never know when you could find a good deal. And I sure did. I am so happy to have saved $55 plus whatever the price of sales tax is, probably like 8%. So at 115, yeah, this is a slam dunk, man. That's almost like 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so 10 minifigs. And so that's almost like $10 a minifig at that point. Plus that is like, 10 cents a piece as well, which this build does use a lot of large pieces. So that is why why they have it at a part of the reason higher price point is, the minifigures, they spent time, they did them with a lot of, care and, extra printing all over front side, back side arms, et cetera, et cetera. New character molds for most of what's here, besides some of the droids and Dodonna R2, and it does, I think, use some unique pieces too. So I feel like some of these pieces are created for the set. I like this set personally because it does remind me a lot of the Jedi Academy trilogy of expanded universe Star Wars novels. And this scene is actually where Luke Skywalker in the expanded universe starts his Jedi Temple and ultimately will train his nephew and niece. And then those two characters will engage in like a fight to the death. And that's what happens near the end of the expanded universe before Disney took it over. So this set holds a bunch of memories in my heart. The Jedi Academy game takes place here. There's multiple levels in the Battlefront games. So I would say just try to find yourself a deal. Maybe just wait to see if you can hold off. Wait 2 years, a year for the Walmart clearance to hit. But overall, knowing it's $170, if I had to rate this thing out of 10, ah man, that's tough. Because I really didn't want to buy the Justifier, and I feel like this gets you a lot more minifigs. I didn't buy the Justifier. I need to. This gets you a lot more minifigs, which I'm a fan of, but I feel like the set's a little, might even be smaller. So I don't know. I'd probably get it like 6.5, and that's just because I'm pretty, high on it. But the nice thing is with all these sets that Lego prices so high, they do have to come down on them. So you just have to be patient with buying Legos these days. That's what I've noticed. I just don't buy a set until I see it for $30 to $50 off and wait. Just go to Walmart a little more than normal. Look in the clearance aisle. My clearance aisle still has the Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan duel from the Obi-Wan TV show, clearance at $49.55. MSRP was $49.95. So 50 cents of savings. I might hop on that. Anyways, this is the High Council Studios. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Like, sub, dislike, comment. Talk to me about Star Wars. Let's hear your thoughts. Remember, Han shot first.